Hey y'all, let me make sure. Got a microphone on. Appears to be working. If you can't hear me, let me know. So again, I'm Lucy. Paper Glitter Glue's my website. Paper crafts. Love paper crafts. And so today I wanted to do something really easy, partly because I'm getting ready for my Spooktacular, a Halloween event that starts in August, and I'm like, way behind. Oh good, Paula says she can hear me. So I wanted to do something real easy. And I actually made this in like 2018, 2019. I did it while I made these when I was a pediatrician in the ER. And I'll tell you that story a little bit later. But first I wanted to give you a sneak peek for this Spooktacular. And somebody told me that my houses reminded them of this book, What's a Ghost Going to Do? And this is Gus the ghost, and he was worried about losing his house. And I just thought that house was so cool, so I decided to make it. And at the time, I think this was 2017, I did not know how to make patterns. So basically, I talked about making it, but I didn't have a pattern. And I've been meaning to do it forever. Now, there's one other photo once the house gets renovated, which tells you it's got a wraparound porch. It's got kind of a arched front on the porch, and then sort of an arch over this window, and then a really cool cupola. So I don't know if I really say cupola right, but anyway, so that's what I'm working on for the Spooktacular. That's going to be one of my 6 projects. Okay, I see Paula and Stephanie and Barbara Rogers, Marie, Tiffany, Vanessa, Ben is here, and Delvine and Sonia. So happy to see y'all. So I'm going to start off with the little more complicated one, and I haven't finished it yet. I only cut one. So I give a lot of my stuff away, so it's not like I've got them in storage somewhere. Sometimes I save stuff, but I don't have any of these. So I'm going to make it with you. And then I have what I call the easy one, and I'll show you how cool these are. And I'll tell you the backstory on how I came up with them. Okay, I think there's another Tracy and a Corey. I'm so happy to see you guys. All right, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to move my pad out of the way, and I'll show you what's really cool about that later when we do the second little envelope, little gift wallet. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to rotate from my desk to this area. Okay, this is the wallet that's as I cut it out, and it fits. You can actually fit all the pieces on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So, but I wanted contrasting colors, so I only cut this out. Now this is a directional sheet. So the weird thing about it is, okay, so if you want the outside to be correct, the inside's upside down. And even if I'd done the other side, the bat side, the same thing would have happened. So anyway, I like houses, so we're going to do the little houses. Let's see. This is the way we're going to do it. And to make it stronger, this is a little, I don't know, kind of fancy scrapbook paper. And it's probably equivalent to 60-pound scrapbook paper. I don't know the exact depth of it. Okay, I am going to glue it together because I like the outer part of the wallet to be strong. So I'm just using, and you don't need much glue for this because we're actually going to sew it. Because I think that's the best detail. Now, there's also a plain version without all these little holes. And I cut them out, and it actually cut out in about 15 minutes, which, for my old Cricut Maker, that's pretty good. Okay, so remember, we want this to be the outside, and I'll just show you a few stitches. I'm sure y'all know. Oh, shoot. I don't know that I have a pair. Can you give me a pair of scissors, Ben? I need a pair of scissors. This is like, I don't know, pearl cotton number 8. So it's almost like buttonhole thread, or you could use embroidery thread. It's in that round spinner thing on the table. Yeah, just any pair of scissors is good. Yeah, those will work. Okay, I'm going to cut my thread. Yeah, a lot of people from Alabama, Tiffany, and she's hot, just like I am. It's very hot in the South these days. We haven't had the terrible rains. We're actually probably in a drought. But, fortunately we haven't had the terrible floods either. Okay, so I'm just going to get it started, and at one edge on the back, because I want this to be the front, I'm going to kind of duplicate it and tie a knot. And I'm just going to do a simple running stitch. So with these holes, it's just so easy, and it's kind of like one of those crafts you could do as a kid where you sewed a little kit together. It may be. Delvine said it might be like a crochet cotton. Okay, and then I'm just going to tie it. So I did it. Oh, shoot. That's not what I meant to do. What's wrong with me? Anyway, if I'd left the knot there, I would just tie it. Now I have to start over. Anyway, y'all know. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to leave this and I'll tie it to the other knots. And just go in and out. And you can use a big blunt needle. And like I said, it's kind of a good way to start sewing with little kids. So, and if you want to do something fancy, you can do a blanket stitch. So I think pick that up. Let me see, I haven't done it. Let's see, blanket stitch. I haven't done one in a while. I'm having trouble pulling it through. Come on, I know you can do it. What am I doing wrong? Oh, great. I'm trying to show you the blanket stitch, and y'all probably know better than me. Okay, now I'm trying to undo the blanket stitch because I got it all tangled. Okay, we're going to pull this one out. Well, anyway, y'all know the bank. How did I design the holes? Nan asked about how I designed the holes. I just drew tiny holes that I knew were big enough for a thick thread to go through, and then aligned them on my project. So, okay, let's try again. Okay, here. I'm holding this one because I'm going to tie it to the others. Then let's pull this here. Now let's try it again, see if it'll work. I think I'm doing it backwards. Yeah, that's kind of a backwards blanket stitch. But anyway, you can do that stitch as well. But honestly, the simplest is just doing a running stitch. But if you don't want to do that, there's a plain version. It's like without holes. That's exactly what it says, without holes. But it makes a nice decorative stitch all around. Okay, so this is the outside. I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'm not going to trim it because, like I said, I messed up and I need that to tie so I can finish it. All right, there are 3 inserts for this little wallet. This is the way this insert looks. It's got a crease in the middle, and the top part is just to make it so that it's sturdy, and when you slide something in, it doesn't catch on an edge. So let's glue the top one down. And I did a video before, and an edited video. So if you don't want to watch me kind of bungle around, you can watch that video. But y'all are so nice. Okay, so that's just the top, just to make it have a nice seam. And then these flaps are to attach it to the envelope itself. And I think it's easier if you put the two side flaps inside and this at the bottom, because it kind of pushes this out a little bit and makes it easier to slide something in. So for these, we're going to apply glue on the outside so they can attach to our envelope, our wallet, the wallet base. And let's match up. The most important piece to match up is the center fold, the center piece. And push that down. Wait, I made it crooked. Push that down. Let's make sure, yes, the center works. And because I'm in a hurry, I'm going to do a little bit of taping. I see my sister is here. My sister is Joanne. She lives in Utah. She says it's toasty there too. Okay, there we go. Next are 2 additional pieces. Hey, Martha Ward. All right, just like I did with this piece, this inner piece is just to make a clean edge on the outside. So, and it doesn't matter which way you put it in. So I'm going to glue down this long edge, the hypotenuse of my triangle. I see Lorraine, she's from the UK. I hope it's cool there. We had some hot days when we were in Europe a few, weeks ago. Okay. And these are the glue flaps. So here I'm going to tape this down because it's popping open because I'm in a hurry. Also, I used heavy cardstock for this. You can use any kind of cardstock, but I used heavy cardstock, 1 10-pound cardstock, and it's, little more challenging to glue. And now I'm going to apply glue to the tabs to glue it to the pocket on the wallet. And I think I've got a spare card. Let me make sure a card fits in there. Yes. Pulling up my painter's tape a little bit. Okay, and looks like it's straight. So that's one pocket. And then this is the more traditional looking card pocket. Oh, Gina says she appreciates people who show their struggles. Well, I think if they're too polished, you're like, really, it's that easy? I mean, even getting things to stick down sometimes is hard. So, and I get glue everywhere. Just a tiny piece of tape to help me. Okay, same thing. So I want a gift card to slide in easily. So I'm pushing the 2 side tabs inward, and and then the bottom tab on top. Yeah, somebody said they like it because I show my struggles. I really appreciate that. I finished something really cool for another event. It's going to be in October. But I kind of struggled with it. I don't think I struggled so much because my video was so long. All right, let me move this out of the way so I can glue it so that there, I just stuck my finger in the glue. And, you know, obviously something like this is a good place for you to use the two-sided, double-sided adhesive tape, which, you know, as you know, I have. Well, maybe you've seen me use it. Make sure, yeah, there's the crease. Okay. All right, I'm going to do some taping. Then I'll show you how the things fit. My sister Joanne likes to watch me make mistakes, not because she enjoys it, because she likes to help me. She likes to watch me lose stuff so she can help me. Like, where did I put my tea? Where did I put that down? Where's my pen? And she watches me so she can see. But she was my baby sister. I was 11 when she was born. And then, so she was 2 when I was a teenager, when I was 13. So I kind of bossed her around, but, you know, we get along really well. Okay, that's it. Now, I think you can tell it would really look good with the stitching around the edge, but, oh, but, you know, I just didn't get it done in time. Okay, Vanessa asks if she thinks glue lasts better. I actually do think glue lasts better. I have more faith in glue. I don't think regular white glue loosens over time, whereas I do think, certainly hot glue does. I do think other things loosen. So that's one reason I am a big fan of glue. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to try to do one side real quick. I'm not going to do a blanket stitch since obviously I can't do a blanket stitch like I thought I could. But I just want you to see that I can't believe my stuff is knotting and I'm having thread problems today. Vanessa says I'm a pro. I'm not really a pro, but I have made a lot of stuff, and now it's, you know, it's my job, and so it's pretty much, oh shoot, I took that up. I'll have to ink it or something. But since this is my job, I do stuff a lot. Okay, so I think you can see it makes a really nice little edge. I'll finish that later. Actually, I'm going to set it aside. Let me tie this before I forget so I don't pull the thread out once again. So I'm just going to tie my piece of thread together. Wish I had my hemostats. I would do a surgical tie, which is like so easy. I loved sewing in the ER. I know that sounds terrible, but I was really good at sewing kids up. And I worked really hard for it not to be painful for kids. So which makes it easier to like it. You know, if the child is screaming the whole time, it's not pleasant for anybody. But I did goofy things. I'd sing. I'd be dancing. I hold my hands still, but I'd be dancing up and down. And you can see my belly. I don't like that. All right. So that is, shoot, I did it again. Yeah, I'll have to do a lot of inking on this one. Fortunately, the front part looks good. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll show you how easily the cards fit. Now I'm going to show you and tell you the story behind this one. And I'm actually going to switch cameras for a minute so I can kind of explain the story. Okay, so when I was in the ER, they came up with this patient satisfaction thing where we were supposed to give everybody a card, like a business card with our name on it. It didn't have any information on it, didn't have a phone number to call, it's just a card. They were trying to get us to get good scores when we got evaluated, you know, on the customer satisfaction things. And they wanted us to shake hands, give them a card, and then start our thing. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a Southern woman. I don't greet people by, you know, shaking hands. It's not what I learned. It was very awkward for me. And they got in trouble. They said, I heard you're not giving out your cards. I said, no, it's very awkward for me. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. So I decided I would make a little wallet and put the card in there with a sticker, and I'd give that to the kids, and then it wouldn't be awkward at all. So that's what I did. I Googled origami wallets, and they were made with 6-inch paper. And I'm like, well, you can't put, a sticker wouldn't even fit there. But 12 by 12 paper is perfect. So that's how I came up with it. And then I put my little name tag, and if somebody was especially good, I would write them a note, and they would be best patient of the day. And so they'd get $1. That's all, $1. And they were so excited. They were so excited. And I don't know, so something went from being a chore to like really fun. So I made these. And, you know, we saw a lot of patients in a day, so I had to make a lot of them. And it's so easy. All right, now I'm switching to the down camera. Okay, this camera. Okay, let me see. So 12 by, I get a paper pad like this. I try to get an inexpensive one. I wait till they're on sale. So this one's got 180 sheets to it. So it's the cheapest scrapbook paper you can buy. And it's not really like cardstock. It's more like copy paper. But it folds beautifully. So I'm going to show you. All right, so this is your little origami wallet. And sometimes I'd teach the kids how to do them, you know, when I had time. Fold them in half. And if there's a grain to it, let me see. Let me find one that's kind of got a direction to it. I try to pay attention, like, I don't want my wallet going like this. I want it going like this. So, all right, so fold in the middle. Then you fold each half just to the middle crease. Do the same thing with the other side. Okay, so then we flip these open and we fold the corner to this crease. Corner to this crease. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we turn it over. This is the structure we've got, and I just turn it over. And then I fold it up. I kind of pick up the edge, and I put the point down at the bottom, and we crease it here. So you've got this V shape here. There's the point. Turn it around. Do the same thing on the other side. Now you want this side to tuck in. So sometimes you have to move it up a little bit or down a little bit, but it turns out the point works perfect on this one. Crease it. Then you slide this in and slide this in. Then the other thing people try to do after they've done, after they try to fold it in the wrong way, you've got to crease here, fold it here. So that's done. And one thing I found is if I give this to kids like this, the first thing they do is unfold it. They can't even help it. If I want it to stay as a wallet, you got to tape it. So I put just a little tiny piece here. And then a piece here. And I do want it up here as well. And so then it's like a complete wallet, and it doesn't come out. Not nearly as easily. It was like the kids couldn't even help it. And it works great. So for each kid, I'd try to get their favorite stickers, whatever they liked, and then put my business card in there. And if they were best patient of the day, I wrote a note and said, best patient of the day. And you would be amazed at how often you'd have one child who was clear, maybe it's 10 in the morning, you're doing a 12-hour shift, who was the best patient of the day, and they really were the best patient of the day. So people are like, how do you tell? Every once in a while, I do best boy of the day, best girl of the day. Every once in a while, every once in a while, somebody was incredible, and I gave them a 5. But now let me show you. I'm going to kind of do one sort of in real time so you can see how fast they are to make. You could make, I think each one took me about a minute. So I could make them like if we had downtime, or I'd do it at home and then take them to work. So you could do a whole class. Like if you're kids or grandkids, you could do a whole class of these. And they will like them. And they have an impact. They're not fancy. They're not expensive. But it's fun. I was a pretty fun doctor, but I was slower. And I did not see as many patients. And the hospital didn't like that. Now, not that they punished me, but they didn't appreciate me. But the kids did, and the parents did. Not to say I didn't make some people mad, but for the most part, there. See how fast? Yeah. Okay, now I'm going back to the thing. Yeah, I thought it was a good way to do, even without the money, just with a sticker or two, and, sometimes I'd write a little note for them. So it was really, that having to do that task, give out your card, made me be creative and come up with a solution that, sort of made the last years of my ER much more pleasant. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of if kids wrote the customer satisfaction thing, I think I would have gotten like incredible marks. But the kids don't write it. The parents do. And the parents are the ones who are waiting and worried and, so yeah. And very few people fill them out. Yes, being in the ER with a child is like the worst thing. I'm trying to pull off the tape so I can show you the other wallet now that it's looking a little bit better. All the stuff is glued, and we can put in some gift cards, and I'll show you how it works. This one holds $1 much better. So in other words, what I've learned from the painter's tape is that with this kind of scrapbook paper, it doesn't work real well. It tends to tear it. This is sort of the fancy paper. And it's not like a little house where you can paint or, you know, kind of disguise it, put some snow or something there. I'm going to ink it like it's scary, but I don't have really good options for changing it. I mean, I think parents did like me. I'm just saying, you know, they weren't gonna fill out all 5s because they waited 5 hours, you know. Also, if I sewed up a kid, the stuff I did took longer because I always used a topical anesthetic, and that takes a while to work. And then I did this trick where I actually dripped an anesthetic in. That took time. Okay, so here is the almost completed wallet. Let's put in a gift card. Fits. Let's find some stickers and see how the money fits. Then we can put some stickers over here. Now, I did not make these for the ER because they were much more time consuming. Okay, sticker fits, and let's put in $1. Only because that's what I had. There, a card, a little sticker. Anyway, so that's kind of the fancy envelope. And this is the quick and easy, like if you have to be the class mother and make them. Okay, all right. So I saw a question. Tiffany asked about the pattern from last week. I didn't finish it yet. I didn't want to post it until I got the cupola done. All the pieces are done, but just not the top piece. And y'all really wanted it. So I was just kind of waiting. I hope that's okay. Now, remember, I told you on Gus the Ghost House has one. So you have to, actually, let me see if I can find it. So to fit a roof piece on, you have to match up the angles with the roof. And I've got, do I have Gus the Ghost's prototype here? I don't think so. But anyway, you have to exactly, this is, like I said, this is when I hand drew patterns, and then you can just trace things. But for me, it's a little more challenging to make a pattern. And so you have to match them up, okay, so that it sits perfectly on top. The other thing about it is the one on the clock house from last week is 6-sided. And I really like the way it looks, but that means I have to figure out how to put this angle on 6 sides. Do I make one flat side and then an angle in the front? I really haven't quite figured it out yet. So that's why I didn't do the pattern. I hope that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I just want you to understand that. But like I said, I'm doing Gus the Ghost House, which has some of the same complicated details. So I will finish it this week, and I'll try to get out probably a rudimentary tutorial. In other words, not a real detailed one, but just some pictures that show you the construction. And then eventually, probably after the Spooktacular, I'll do a real video, like an edited video that shows you all the steps, since it's a pretty complicated house. Okay, let me see if I can see any other questions that I missed. So I'm scrolling back on the things. Y'all are very kind. Honestly, when I was with the kids in the ER, I had so much fun. I think I've told you this before. I had one patient who had a spinal tap. We had to do a spinal tap on her, a teenager, you know, alert. So I did the topical anesthetic, something called Imla. It takes like an hour. I gave her a short, it's called a short-acting benzo. It's in the Valium family, but short-acting is called Versed. Makes you a little goofy. And then I numbed her up really well. And I had the funniest nurse in the world in front of this girl. So I'm in the back doing the spinal tap. The girl's all curled up. And the funniest nurse we had, it's like singing, and she couldn't really sing. And that girl had to go in the hospital. She did fine. But she told everyone her favorite experience in the hospital was her spinal tap. I think that's very satisfying to me. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to talk about crafting. Okay, let me see. There's any other questions y'all have? I see Amy. Amy showed up late. Oh, Tiffany's asking about signing up for the Spooktacular. I forgot the day. It's the last week of July. You can sign up for the Spooktacular. And I just wanted to say something. Tomorrow is Amazon Prime Day. If you want to buy stuff, you can support like your favorite crafters by clicking on some of their Amazon links. Now, I don't, people like Jennifer Maker make a lot of money on people clicking on their links. I don't. I make like $20 a month. It's like almost nothing. But if you think about it and want to click on Amy Romeu's or Jen Swift's or my friend Emily Miner, somebody like that, if you want to click on their Amazon links, or even mine if you want, then it helps us as crafters. So Tanya says Versed is good stuff. It really is a good medicine that helps people. Yeah. I've never had, I did have Versed once before one procedure, and I'm like, did you give me something? It's like, yeah. But that's all I remember. Oh, it's what they give you right before surgery, too. And it's then you're like, out, boom, done. Okay. Tiffany, where's my link? You can go to probably one of my old, if you want to use one of my, if you're going to buy something from Amazon and you want to use one of my affiliate links, just go to one of my older posts. Let me see. I haven't done it in a long time. Oh, y'all like Tales from the ER? Yeah. There were times it was incredible working there. Then there were times it's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Some days I'm like, how am I going to go there? How am I going to go finish the day? Okay, I'm going to my website. Visit site. Let me see. I think that maybe the llama cards. We made llama pop-up cards a few weeks ago. Let me see if there's an Amazon link. Yes, I put some here. So, and what you do is you can click. Oh, actually, what I'll do, I can do this, I think. I'm going to change so you can see on my computer. Okay, so this post is the llama pop-up card. And these are my affiliate links. So you can click on, it says can't open it. I don't know why. Probably because it's not good. There's barely art glue. I don't know why there's an error. Maybe I haven't done the links right in so long. Let's see, Cricut Maker. Yeah, I don't know if those are my links or not, but yeah. Anyway, you can click on a link and then you don't have to buy that. You just click on it, and then for 24 hours, there's a cookie on your computer, if it's allowed on your computer, and you can, trying to get back to where I was. Yeah, okay. And then they give us credit for it, and you get like a few cents. But anyway, I just wanted to mention because it's Amazon Prime Day. Amazon Prime Week or whatever coming up. And you're going to get lots of emails about it. So, okay, let me go back. I can't see y'all's comments. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Stephanie said candy stripers. We don't really have candy stripers anymore. Um, we had some volunteers and stuff, but not many candy stripers. So, and anytime you have help in the ER, you have to distract people. It's important. Okay, or you could stand there and make envelopes. Okay, I think I'm going to go for now. I hope I haven't bothered you at all. So, y'all have a good day. I'll see you next Monday. I'm going to try to find something easy again for next Monday because I've got so much to do for the spooktacular. So, okay, alrighty. So, y'all take care, and I hope the weather is okay wherever you are, and you can take care of people and take care of yourselves. Alrighty, bye, y'all. Now, I always have to search for the button to end the live. There, I found it. Bye, y'all.